All right, collective, welcome into this reading. We're going to talk a bit about the conscious community and really what they're about because it's about time to talk about it for real. So, the spiritual community not the spiritual, the conscious community loves to put up this frame of love and light and of being a closely knit community of people who wish to heal when in actuality the collective are just full of people who enjoy drama. They're drama starters. They inhabit themselves in drama. They surround themselves with people who talk about their drama in their life. They're so egotistical that they don't even realize it. And this stretches all the way through people who claim to not like hearing about those around them being punished or hurt or however in their energy. They don't like hearing that, but yet they still day in and day out envelop themselves in it. They sit there and soak in it. They ingest it. They digest it. They watch it. Yet they turn around and say, "Oh, I'm love and light and I love everyone," but they're indulgent in drama. They wouldn't be needing to be having this drama filled void if they were full of love and light, because you'd be full completely of love, you know? A lot of people in the conscious community won't admit this either. They don't really know how to tell most truths. They like going off of opinions. And this is something I notice a lot with the conscious collective. They don't know facts. They don't know anything to be a fact. If you ask them anything, they'll say, "I heard it from this person," or "I heard it from that." They'll never have a solidified answer for something. They'll be like, "Oh, I asked someone and they told me this," instead of going out and doing the research themselves. The conscious community just wants a leader. They want to follow someone. They don't want to think for themselves. They have this unhealed child wound of "I was bullied and made fun of, so now that people are getting their karma, I can feel better now." They work off that abuse wound where now that they were abused, now they're becoming the abuser, but covering it up by a victim mentality. And you can look at anything in that energy and see that to be truth. If someone doesn't like something, why aren't you changing it? Because it's a secret, it's a guilty pleasure. They won't admit it. They won't change. They'll do another thing within the same category and hope it works, but they'll never stick it through. This is a problem with the conscious community. They do not want to heal. They want ego gratification. They want to feel like they're Little Miss Perfect, like they're the chosen ones. They want to feel like they were the ones who were picked for things. They want to feel like they're going to be lifted up and put on a carrier and carried away. They want that, but they won't do anything for themselves to move forward. So they operate off of this false truth, this lie, these things that they know deep down aren't going to happen, but they still walk down the path anyway. They label people, they call people narcissists and say someone's doing black magic on them without even knowing what black magic is. You ask us any of them what black magic is, they'll just say, "Oh, it's magic that's used on hurtful to hurt people, or it's used to control people." That's not really the answer. I don't need to explain much what black magic is. Black magic can be from doing spell work on someone to saying lies, you know? Simply put, until you do the research on these terms you're saying, you don't know much about them. You come across so many ideas of what it could be, so many examples of what these things could be, but yet you don't fully know yourself. And then you talk about the collective, you talk about not wanting religion, but then you follow a spiritual practice that acts as a religion. Do you see what's happening to the conscious community? how they moved away from Christianity due to one person and then got sucked right back into that box, that time capsule for another. You don't have to be a Christian to worship God. But so many people want these labels to feel comfort, to feel secure, to have a false sense of a community, to talk to people who don't even realize the messages that they're saying, to gang up on all of the people that were hurting them, and go to a spiritual war with them that you sign up for by being involved in their energy. The spiritual community is, that's the conscious community is blinded like that. And a lot of the spiritual community is that way too, because they want to go dig into the 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 deeper meanings of things without actually seeing it. They're so stuck online and asking people online and instead of going outside and asking for answers. They're just stuck in a box and they don't realize it because they feel like, oh, since you don't know what I'm saying, then that means you're just wrong. No, sometimes you're actually just talking like an idiot and no one actually knows what you're saying. And these people don't get that. They don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear that they're wrong. They don't like to hear that they've made a mistake. They don't like to hear that they're incorrect. They can't handle that because they've never had an actual conversation with someone. They've lived in this bubble where they've believed that they deserve all the punishment that they have, whether they realize it or not, because they're not taking any action to change it. And they cry out for help. And when they are given the hand for that help, they turn it away and walk the other way. Like, oh, I don't need that. I'm growing on my spiritual journey. No, you're not. You're walking in circles. You're lost, but you won't admit it. The conscious community really does not know when help is arriving, when it's needed. But then they'll cry and complain when it's gone because they never took advantage of it in the first place. And y'all have to wake up when it comes to this. The spiritual community is under a spell itself. They don't understand anything of what they're saying, and they're going off of what they want to try and make believe rather than going off the facts that we have. And they believe that there is no fact because they've been lied to, because they allowed someone to lie to them. They accepted lies and didn't do research. And it's this self-victimization energy that they're so stuck in. And then when a message of actual support is given, they turn it down and they curse it and they say it's awful or stupid, when in actuality they're just not high vibrational. They're unable to understand it. They're not as elevated as they seem. Anyone can spat shit. Anyone can tell a lie and make it sound good. The truth is funny. The truth is so blatantly blunt and just full of power that it's funny. It makes you sit back and go, damn, that's kind of funny. It sounds like a joke. It sounds like you're trying to play wordplay with them or it's stuff of that nature, but they can't but it's not. It's the truth. When you question people in the conscious community, they get that ego, that spunk of, oh yeah, what makes you think? What makes me think is nothing. It doesn't matter. What the point is, if you can't hold a conversation, how do you expect to get anything in life other than just this life of living alone? And not only that, but a lot of people in the conscious community believe that, oh, if it didn't happen, then I guess it's not it, without even going after it. Maybe you weren't loud enough the first time. Did you think of these things? People give it like, oh, I did it one time and it didn't work. I guess it's not that. No, you weren't loud enough. You didn't want it enough. You were so indecisive in your actions of, oh, if it doesn't work, it's whatever if it doesn't work. And then it doesn't work. And then nothing works. And then you're in that cycle of nothing working because you actually do not care deep down inside. And they don't realize that they're tearing themselves apart. Not even with someone ripping someone else's arm off. They're ripping their own arm off and then looking around. And then, oh, it has to be God doing this to me, or it has to be someone doing this and that to me. No. They're stuck in a paranoid bubble where they watch people say that there's other people in their energy watching them, and they immediately think of the worst people in their life because they're trauma bonding with others. They're not healing. They're just getting someone to coddle them when they don't need coddling. You're not a baby anymore. We have to get up and heal. And a lot of the conscious community can't handle that. They're not ready. They're not going to heal. They don't want to heal. They want drama. They want fighting. They want frustration. They want confusion. They want to be lied to. They want all sorts of issues popping up in their life. They want those things. And they do because they're not doing anything to change it. They're not asking themselves, what can I do? They're relying on people who suck themselves with labels to say, like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. You should just quit your job and do all these things without really listening into what's being said. It's full of anxiety and paranoia, the conscious community is, because they're not even conscious. They're aware that they don't know a damn thing, but they don't do anything to solve it. They just keep feeding down that loophole, that feedback loop of lies over top of lies over top of lies. And it's important to get this message out, to talk about these things. No one, and it's unfortunate because truly YouTube is the worst place for it. And it's spreading from here to Instagram. And it's all over the place because this is World War III. The ignorant and the actual conscious ones is what's going on. Those who turn a blind eye to the truth due to cowardice, and those that are walking in truth, not in an opinion, in truth, in facts. And this is the thing, because it's a balancing act that no one wants to really do, seeing the truth of things while also remaining in your spiritual being. And it comes from a convoluted mind where you're told nothing but lies, and then when you're told the truth, it makes you question if you are even right about anything in the past. And it's this juggling game that you have to go through in the conscious community. It's just awful. So many people go around saying that they're healed, but they're not. They're not healing at all. They're just watching other people supposedly in their life because they have this big spiritual ego to grasp onto every message they hear, or to grasp onto energy so much to make it feel like that person's getting hurt, without even realizing that when you're thinking about that person being hurt or saying, yeah, that person deserves it, that you're actually trying to manifest that in their life, which gives them purpose to do anything in yours if they are. And if not, then that's why you're not getting anything, because you're literally wishing ill will on someone and you're playing part of that game. It's a game and you got to break out of it. It's awful. It's horrifying. And it's even more horrifying to see all these people go around claiming that they're a god or goddess without even knowing any information about that deity, without looking it up online or saying some stupid shit. And stupid shit just means some made up gobbledygook that someone told them or that they read somewhere that wasn't even the truth. No one's questioning spirits anymore, and now we have a bunch of people who believe there's something when in actuality they're not that at all. People need to wake up. People need to start questioning. You can claim to be whoever you want to be, but you better be able to answer the questions about that God that you're claiming to be. You better be able to answer questions about it without looking it up. You should be able to hold a conversation and give us information that's new, and not just new, but backed up by information we already have. You should have proof of these things. The conscious community is just full of people. Oh, I feel like I'm this deity. I feel like I'm this angel. So that means I'm this. No, it doesn't. You're just feeling the energy. It's around you. They're trying to talk to you, but you're so infatuated with being something else that you're not, that you end up saying that you're that thing, and you don't get any messages from them. You end up cosplaying as them. And these gods and goddesses and angels don't like. It's like, be yourself. Stop trying to be something that already is. You can have the energy of it. Sure, you can invoke it. Sure, you can remind people of the energy. Awesome, great. That doesn't mean you're it. It just means you're around it. So invoke it, use power with it. Stop sitting around and doing nothing and claiming that you're doing things and helping the community when you don't. There's so many people in the spiritual community that have enough money to start funding communities, to start funding communal living, to start having actual classes and hosting like getaways and things for people. But they're not, because they're so self-infatuated with their own life, they don't actually care about the people. They just went out of the hole. They're not actually for the people. They're for the money. They're for the views, the likes, the gratification that their ego feels whenever they, oh, look what I did. Look at all these people I'm helping. Who are you helping? A bunch of names on a screen that you don't even know are real or not. Those could be fake comments, bots, just commenting that stuff. If we're gonna help people, conscious community, then let's start actually helping people by going out and doing shit instead of sitting in your room and, oh, go out and exercise, oh, go do this, go do that. Where's your actual human connection at? You know, I've talked to people about this before. I've talked to people about how I want to grow a community, how I want to have a retreat, how I want to have land for people. I've talked to people about this before. This isn't something new for me. This is what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to just have my own area for people to be around in, because I know how it feels to go through this stuff alone. I know how it feels to not have a community. I know how it feels to be lost. I know how it feels to be controlled, pseudo-wise controlled by outward environments. It's not about winning control over people or wanting control over knowing what's happening around you. You're just wanting control over your own life. You're wanting to live a dream, and you already know the dream because it's deep down inside all of us to live that free life. And I don't see anyone in the main scene doing that. And I have to say it like this too. All the tarot readers that get millions of views, thousands of views, that have all that excess money, but they're not putting it towards resources for people. They're not putting it aside for these things. Now, I don't know fully or not if anyone's doing it or not, but I will say, because I haven't seen a damn person talk about it, and I don't follow everyone, and I honestly don't even really pay attention to the scene anymore, so I wouldn't know if anyone's doing it now or not. So this might be a bit of a dated message and it might be incorrect, but I've not seen a single person within those communities say, let's go do something. And I've done, there's something that's really real about this channel of mine, and I have to talk about it for a minute. But the community, you all have literally kept me afloat, and I've thanked you all so much for that. This is a community. Someone helps someone else. That's why I made the switch from just doing readings to actually trying to help heal and giving advice, because I don't want to be part of that problem. I want to give back more than what I normally can. And this is the whole thing with the conscious community. They're aware of what needs to happen, but they're too afraid, or they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't have to do that. That's not my job. Then cool. But for me, I don't agree with that. That's not divine to me. You can be put down. You can be self-centered. You can be very centered in yourself and know who you are, know what you want to do. But if you're here to help people, then why aren't you helping people? Where's your fundraisers? Where's your community support? Half the readers don't even communicate with their community. There's like a small few that really actually will go live and try to talk to their community. I used to do it all the time, and that's why I'm starting it again, because it's something I actually thoroughly enjoy doing. Some people get into the tarot scene just to get out of the rut, and then they get stuck. They get sucked right into the system because, oh, if I quit doing this, then I'm it don't. Who cares? Why are you working for money rather than for God? Why are you working for money rather than the one that gave you that blessed idea to move forward? Why are you not working for mother and father? Why are you not working with them? Not even for them, but with them. Why are you working under the preface that you're not going to have enough for yourself? If you have a community, and you help them, they'll help you back. It's not rocket science. But this is all things that they don't look at. They are not aware of it. And if they are aware of it, no one's speaking up about it because it's the truth. And I hate. I don't like saying I hate, but I really do hate when there's an elephant in the room that's not being talked about. And it's unfortunate that there are so many people that allow this elephant just to get bigger and bigger on this platform, on not just this platform, but every platform. There are we need more community workers. We don't need any more light slaves. I'm tired of this bullshit. I really am. Like, ugh. I get so passionate about this because as someone that has gone through the loops, as someone that's always felt and really seen, and the ones that have been with me from the start, you know how I was when I started doing live streams. You know how I would talk to you all. Like, it's not even like a thing I'm just bringing up. This is literally how it is. I love having a community. I love having people that can rely on others. Y'all have been really like I know like there's a solidified group because I not only feel you all, but I see you all. I know you all interact with each other, and it's beautiful. I don't see that anywhere. I don't see that anywhere, which is bizarre. If you really think about it, think of any like spiritual or like tarot channel. Me personally, I have not seen anyone have a chat like this where they're actually I know of one. I can't remember their name, but I used to follow them way back. They had a community like that where they would go live and they would talk to people in the chat. I forgot her name, but I don't see that much anymore, and that bothers me because the main part of doing this, of healing together, is to come together. And everyone's like, oh, let's get everyone together. How? Where is it? I don't see it. That's why I have the Google chat. You know, even though it's kind of dry, we're still there. It used to be active. I mean, I don't know. We have our own lives and stuff. I'm not even active in there either, so I can't really complain. I'm not even complaining about it, but it's just a point. Like, we just need more community. I'm tired of seeing a lack of community. For a thing that uses the label of community, there's the only communication that happens is, oh, this person's hurting you, oh, this person's trying to do something, but you're protected and yada yada yada. Awesome. Where's the actual love? Talking about how someone has an STD, talking about how someone's getting beat up, talking about how someone's going to jail. Is that love? Is that love? No. That's just fucking turning on the news channel and seeing what's happening on the news. It's important to know about how the spiritual world works. But when it gets to the point of regurgitation, it's wild. And it's even more wild that the people in that community, in those communities, the conscious community, the community of love and light, whatever, when you say these things, how they turn on each other. I've been in groups on Facebook where someone will ask a question and you get a bunch of people, oh, you must be stupid. And they're just new on the journey. They're just now opening up their eyes. So much arrogance. So many ass wipes that are just not healing because they're abused are around in these communities. And they run around fucking whacking their dick all over the place with their ego out, thinking that that's going to fix something. I can't handle it. It's like actually irritating. And I know I'm not the only one that it irritates, but I'm going to be one of the first few to speak up on it like this because I'm tired. We don't need a revolution. We need to fucking evolve. We need to get out of these situations where we're just stuck doing the same thing over and over again. Why are we doing this? Why are y'all why did you subscribe to that? Why do you want change but you're not doing anything to change? Why is the old part of you still there? Why is the old self not dead yet? Why haven't you cocooned? Why haven't you busted out of your cocoon yet? What's holding you back? What's making you feel like you can't leave certain places, certain communities? And it's awful. Anytime I see, and it's happened to me, I've seen it happen to a few others as well. Any sort of positive change, I'm talking about not positive as in just like, oh, it's going to be good for me. I'm talking about good for the entire energy, not just yours, not just the creators, I mean, but for everyone who's watching, for the entire platform energy uplifting. Every time it happens, you see the negativity leave. You see the dead weight fall off. You see people start commenting like asinine things, being rude, calling names, saying things are stupid and saying things are awful, and then leaving. Do you see how much negativity is there? I can't. I'm tired. It's ugly. I don't like ugly things. And we're not talking about external, we're talking about internal. I do not like when your insides are ugly. I do not like it when you're just a ratty 2x4 person and you hide it. I don't think anyone does. In fact, the person that does that doesn't even like it either, but yet they still take part of it. They're so blind to them, so they don't even realize it. And because they're too soft, they can't handle the truth. So they live in this lie of wondering why everything bad's happening to them. And then they think back to the things that they've done and the things that they've said. That's why they can't heal, because they don't allow themselves to. It's one thing after the other that it gets piled up and up. We're supposed to be killing the devil, not sucking his toes and wallowing around in the filth. Get up. It's time to go. And a lot of people need to start seeing this. It's sad. It's really, really sad. Because some of these souls don't even know that they're being led down the wrong path. Some of these souls are going around with it because that's the most accessible thing that they have. It's sad because a lot of people don't realize that they're leading people astray. You can't heal by patching things up with negativity. You can't heal by just, oh, you're an earth angel. Oh, so that means that explains everything. No, it doesn't. If you're an earth angel, why are you still stuck in the situations that you are in? Why haven't you realized that you're an earth angel, that you're a master manifester, and started cleaning out your closet to do the things that you need to do? That's the difference. And it's a difference between when you're trying and when you're sitting there not doing anything. When, oh, it's too hard, or I can't do this, I can't do that. Then I guess you can't, and it's not meant for you this lifetime. And that's fine. It's a struggle, a daily struggle. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, it's a daily struggle. Someone says, oh, my life's perfect. No, it's fucking not. You had 3 seconds of bliss while writing that comment, and now you're back to just being bored and not having anything. And you claim that's okay because God has more for me in heaven. You're going to wait till you die till you get that glory. Bitch, you ain't going to get shit when you die. You're going to get faced with judgment. You're going to see your whole life flash. You're going to see all this stuff that you didn't do. You're either going to come back to this place or not come back for a minute. You either go to the next world or you stay here. I hate to break it to you from someone that's died 3 times and seen some shit. You either go to the next realm or you stay here. And that's just my words to you. Devil is not some redheaded figure with horns and a tail. It's a man. Just like you and me, he got wings and a beautiful ass voice. And guess who else has some beautiful ass voices? When you start hearing that sweet revenge that you didn't ask on anyone. Oh, thank you, God, for hurting that person. Ain't no way that you really think you an angelic being thanking God for hurting someone. You demented as fuck. Wake up. It's bizarre. And it's not even, it's something that happens daily. It's toxicity. I can't handle it. Because I know I'm not in this war alone, but we need more people speaking up on it. That's why I started opening up the platform more. We have a lot of stuff happening this year. I'm putting a lot of energy into doing things. I'm reaching out to things. I have so much stuff in store. Like one of the things I have in store is coming out here soon as well. I can't talk too much about it. It's going to be a surprise. I can, but I want it to be a surprise. But I just wish that that more people could wake up. I just wish that the people that are light workers and healers, whatever you want to label yourself as, I just wish that they actually share information that would help people. I wish that they would stop repeating old messages or repeating old ways of being. I just wish they would stop playing this devil game, fighting themselves during their readings of, oh, this is negative energy and this is good energy. Who cares? Stop being so blindsided about everything being hunky-dory and beautiful. That's not right either. Stop thinking and seeing and hearing readings that are completely 100% positive or talking about other people's life. Worry about you. That's why you don't know. That's why you can't do anything. Oh, my manifestations aren't coming in because you're not putting in the work. You're just hearing a message and running with it. That message is for someone that's done the work, but because you haven't realized that yet, just because you're so hooked to hearing the buzzwords and to hearing that things are going to be going good, you're not doing anything, which is making things take longer. And people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. And we have to wake up, because it's too late to go back for these people. They got to start walking with us. And that's why we're moving forward. We have brothers and sisters out here who want help, but they're being drugged around everywhere. We got people asking for help and not even getting any help because they're not asking for it, because they're afraid to ask for it, because they think that they're taking up some time that doesn't even exist. They make up these imaginary problems in their mind that keep them from doing what they need to do. And no one can save them or help them except for themselves. And they play a game of risk. One day they do something that they were told to do and it doesn't work out, so they don't do it for 3 months, and then they do it again and it finally works. And they think, oh, it was just destined to work now. No, you just didn't do it right the first time. You didn't put in the effort the first time. It's your life. And you start living it. It's people live with this energy of, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. What if you're dead? Think about it. Let it sink in. You die in your sleep. Next thing you know, you're up there in the big screen. You're up there in the ship in the big screen showing you everything you've done. Every day that you slacked off, and you sit there and your soul's there. And it's like, did you have fun at least? Did you enjoy it? No, I didn't, because I wanted to do these things. I actually didn't enjoy it, but I kept telling myself I did, because I'm either a masochist and I didn't care, or I was too afraid to admit the truth. I was too afraid to admit the truth without it crumbling me. So I lied to myself and said everything is okay when it's not, when you're wanting to do things, but you're not because you don't know how to. Or, oh, I just don't have anyone around me, but you don't try and go out and reach those people. It's what you need to look at. Step out of that bubble. Step out of that way of thinking. There's a whole world waiting for you to look at it. And you're not. You're afraid to do things like, oh, what if someone's judging me? What if someone finds this video and makes fun of me? Who gives a damn? At least you're doing something with your life. Who cares if you have people stalking you? Guess who else is stalking you? Everyone. Everything is stalking you. You have beings from other planets watching you. Does that make you uncomfortable? Sorry, the government watches you all the time, with or without your consent. It don't matter. It doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or an Android, or even if you have tape over your fucking camera on your laptop. They're still watching you. You think that you have some form of privacy. You would like to think that, but you don't. So why are you acting so small? Why are you playing so small? Oh, because I know people around me don't like me. Fuck them. Go. Oh, who cares? Live your life. Stop waiting for the stars to align. They'll align when you start walking. You're just not at the right angle looking at it yet. When you look up in the sky and you see the stars, they're not there. That's light diffusion. The stars are already gone and dead, and you're seeing the remnants of them. Look up the science behind stars. I'm telling you the truth. Don't believe me? Research it. And when you're waiting for those stars to align, you're waiting for death. You're waiting for that death to show itself to you. So you go, oh, it's time. No, it's time from the second that you open your eyes, even when your eyes are closed, it's time. Something just hasn't clicked in you yet. All right. I was speaking way too much facts because my mic died. But yeah, I just wish people would wake up. This was just a little video I I feel heavily called to talk about with the conscious community. Um, Share this around, spread the word out. As again, I'm gonna call this out again. I am working to get a community going here. It is again a goal of mine to eventually get land. Um, to have like a place for like a just to leave the community building and all that stuff. It's it's better that way. If you would like to support or help in any way, email me. Donations are accepted as well. Just all that stuff. It doesn't necessarily matter, but I'm throwing it out there. But I love each and every one of you all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for staying around. Thank you for being real and actually wanting to heal and not following the footsteps of those who are lost. I love each and every one of you all. To the moon and back, tenfold and forever, though. I will see you later.